Now, let's discuss the results. What does the fact that a trait is dominant indicate about the gene versions or alleles that you inherited from your father and mother? If you have a dominant trait, such as curly hair, that means you got the dominant allele from that trait from one parent, but not necessarily from both. If you got the curly allele from your mom, say, and the allele for straight hair from your dad, the curly allele would prevail, and you would have a head full of curls. It's also possible that you got the curly allele from both sides. What does the fact that a trait is recessive indicate about the allele that you inherited from your father and mother? If you have a recessive trait, such as blue eyes, that means you got the recessive allele from that one eye color from both parents. If you got an allele for brown eyes from your dad and blue eyes from your mom, the brown-eyed allele would be dominant, and that's the color your peepers would be. What each person is like is determined by a combination of genetics, our DNA code, and environment, factors such as what we eat and where we live. Can you think of a trait of yours that likely comes from both your genes and the environment in which you live? Many traits, from height to personality to athletic ability, result from a combination of genetics and environment. Musical ability also depends on both nature and nurture. Perfect pitch, the ability to recognize a musical tone without any reference note, runs in families. But people with the perfect pitch gene need musical training in order to develop the skill. One method that scientists use to decipher the effects of genetics and environment is to study pairs of identical and fraternal twins who were raised together and raised separately. Studying twins is a good way to analyze the influence of nature and nurture. Identical twins come from one fertilized egg that splits in the early stages of development. So, identical twins have the same genetic code. Fraternal twins develop from two eggs, so they are related genetically just like any other pair of siblings. The two kinds of twins provide a natural laboratory for exploring many questions about genetics and environment. One study looked at the people twins chose to marry. The study found that the spouses of pairs of identical twins were no more alike than the spouses of pairs of fraternal twins. So when it comes to choosing a husband or wife, the conclusion was that the environment was a more important factor than genetics. Next, you're going to read about Manolis Kellis, a computational biologist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Manolis' work includes searching for genetic causes of diseases, using math to solve problems in biology, and deciphering genomes of different species.